Hello, everybody. Jim Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. Well, it is a Wednesday, and hopefully I got my audio going right. Yeah, I do. Good. I actually got it right this time. Amazing. Amazing. Well, I have a very interesting story for you, and it's very interesting because it seems like there is all kinds of stuff going on with AMC, and unfortunately, I'm not in this one. But it is absolutely amazing. It's gone up like 90%. Just amazing. And hey, interesting. The Reddit people are struck again. It looks like AMC is the one. I'm going to probably be covering BB tomorrow. That's Blackberry. That's another one of the ones that may be kind of in the crosshairs. But interestingly enough, apparently, if you buy AMC stock, you get free popcorn. What a deal! I mean, wow, free popcorn at AMC Theater. So it is just doing incredible, and just kind of want to get into some of the other stocks, but that's one you might want to look at on your radar. Very, very interesting thing going on here right now with AMC. Um, so, without further ado, let's get into some of the slides here. And basically, the Dow, yeah, the Nasdaq is still kind of under that very key 14,000 level, and it's down just slightly, but it's at least it's not backsliding too much. So that is interesting. I mean, there is we're in a market trend under pressure still because the leading index has really shifted away from the Nasdaq to the S&P 500. So this is a very interesting development, but it definitely is what it is. So the stocks that were doing well last year, the tech stocks aren't doing quite as well this year. Some of the other stocks are doing great though, such as some of the resources stock, and of course AMC. I mean, AMC is not a tech stock, and it's doing great, and it's a very interesting market. So it's kind of moved away from some of our old favorites to some of the other ones that are doing well. Oil has been moving up as of late, and I'll show you my small portfolio of the stocks that I have that have been doing very well in this kind of environment. So just kind of wanted to get to this. This is a chart of the Nasdaq, and as you can see, we're above. Fortunately, we're above the we're above that key. We're above that. We're still a little bit below that key level. That key level being the being the. Let's see if I can get my camera back there. Okay, come on back. There we go. I'm back again. we're still below that key 14,000 level, and but it is moving up, and once it moves above 14,000, that's kind of where I'm going to be more interested in it. But right now, many of the Nasdaq type stocks have been having some difficulties. That is that, and that said, let's take a look at AMC. This is the stock that is just exploding today, and it's up. When this slide was taken, which is basically about 5 minutes before the show, it was trading at $62, and basically yesterday it was like in the 20s. And I was looking at this one thinking, is it too high? Is it too late to get in? And of course, I didn't pull the trigger. Wow. For the people that did pull the trigger, the way to trade this one is start moving that stop loss up, get it up there at about 60 if you're in it right now, and then when you pull back, you're going to be making a whole lot of money. So this is very interesting. So AMC just took off for the moon today. Just an interesting deal. Here's stocks that I have been trading today. I did get kind of a consolation prize. Got back into Virgin Galactic. That seems to be working too. I sold out at 30.50, but I'm back in today, and it seems to be going up as well. Its volume is up tremendously. That is symbol SPCE. Some of the other stocks that I have Apple. Finally, it's starting to move. It really needs to move up to that 127 level. It's not there yet. But the real stars that I have right now are the oil stocks. Matador Resources has been doing very well for me. Whiting Petroleum has as well. I'm down a little bit on Newmont Mining. That's a gold miner. Nvidia just has done tremendous today. It's currently at $6.70 a share, which is amazing because I started, buying in at about 570 and then 600. And yesterday I thought I had, done everything wrong. It pulled back. I was looking, as I wrong? Well, apparently not. Apparently it's moving up very nicely too. Now, NVIDIA is going to be splitting 4-for-1, and that's going to be happening basically have to be of record by June 21st. And right after these slides, I'm going to show you another deck that I have made that basically will give you kind of a look-see at sort of another trade that you could possibly make on NVIDIA. Just an interesting stock, in the gaming space and doing very, very well. Also, I'm in Copart. That's off a little bit of a disappointment there. Gold shares are up once again. It just seems like that inflation fear keeps spiking with these. GLD is the symbol on this one. Also, another oil stock, OVV. It's up again today. And of course, we talked about Virgin Galactic. So basically, throughout the day, we trade on Dallas Trading Floor special Discord service, and it's easy to get on. It's easy to get on that service where we put out trades, and we have a whole community of people that are trading. And you can see that by going to www.vinny.com/u Dallas Trading Floor. Now make sure that that's a lowercase u and Dallas Trading Floor, and you'll be good to go. So those are some of the things that that I'm looking at. Now I do want to present to everybody here a trade that I just did today, and it's already up. And I think that this is a very safe trade. And I did present it to some of the other people out there. It's basically a bull put spread, and it's on. It is on NVIDIA, one of my favorite stocks. So basically, this is how it works. Basically, what we're doing is we're simultaneously buying and selling the two different strike prices. In this case, we're buying the June 16th puts, and then we're simultaneously selling the June 16th puts. One is the ones that we're selling at a 640 strike price. The ones we're buying at 635. This is a very bullish trade. In order to get into this trade, for this is for 6 contracts. Now you can do it for as little as 1 contract. Basically, this will generate a net credit in your account of $870. Here is the payout chart, and this is kind of how it works. If NVIDIA continues its upward movement, and right now we're at about we're at about 670. So if we just continue at this rate, eventually by July 16th we'll be in the money there. So as long as this continues to move up, we'll be fine. I will close the trade if it's below, if it's basically below that number. Now I seem to be having an issue again on my camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the avatar right here on the screen, and you'll be able to see that. But this is how the trade works, and we talk about this in depth on Dallas Trading Floor, the Discord room, and show everyone how to do this trade. This is the current chart for NVIDIA. So this kind of gives you an idea. If you're interested in getting in on this, I probably will be putting this out as well tonight on the free action trade alerts. We're going to have this. We're going to have this as a special on the free action trade alerts tonight. And basically, it's easy to get onto the free action trade alerts list. All you have to do is type www.sinfox.com/Dallas Trading Floor. And if you're looking on YouTube or at TikTok, just go to my profile, click the link, and you'll be taken directly to the page where you can sign up for the full slide deck for this trade on NVIDIA right before earnings. And it just first and last name and your email address. And of course, it's totally free to take a look at that. So without further ado, get to some of the questions here. It looks as if, oh, great, okay. And I believe this is, and we just had a question for TikTok. This is a bull put spread. So it's actually a bull put spread. So we're actually using puts to do this, and we're hoping, of course, that the stock will go up in price. Currently, the stock is trading right at about $674. So already we're starting to get to the point where we're already positive. And as you can see, as the days click on, it becomes more and more profitable. Now, I did this example with 6 contracts. You can do it with at least 1 contract, and this will put money into your account right away. So if you are on the Action Trade Alerts at www.sinfox.com/self-trading floor, you'll be on that list. So that is a way that we are trading that as well. So without further ado, let's get to some of the questions here. Let's see, I'm going to get to some of the questions as we speak. Okay, so I think the first question is from Dinesh. Okay, what are your thoughts about short interest on WKHS? Very high, due in 29 days. Let's take a look at. Of course, this is workhorse for everyone out there. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the chart WKHS, and let's analyze the. Let's analyze the short interest on this one. I'm going to put a. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to pull up the chart here. Okay. And hopefully we're going to get that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna put this up with the actual. I'm just going to show the whole screen so you can see my calculations as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger, and we need the calculator here, because figure out, this is how we calculate the short interest, by the way. Okay, so let's take a look at the short interest. Now go to the weekly tab, and you can see with the weekly tab there are 4.3 days of short interest. Okay, so here's how we calculate what percentage of the stock is short. We go over here to the average daily volume, and that average daily volume is 11,079, and I'm just going to eliminate the last 4 digits here. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take that, and then we're going to look at the total float. Okay, so the total float is 108. 108 million. So for this, we're just going to go divide it by 108, 500. There we go. So currently, we're looking at it. We're looking at it. Approximately 10% of the shares are short here currently, and so this is getting to a situation where there's a high level of people that are going to short this, that are shorting. About 10% of the stock currently outstanding is short, but I want to see it a little bit higher from that for a short squeeze. Here's the thing: this could. I don't know if this is necessarily a good bet, because we did have some very nice earnings. We did have some very nice sales increases. We're still not positive. No, I guess we are. We're positive on the earnings. So we had some earnings, and that's looking good. So the shorts in this case, I don't know. We could get a short squeeze here if this started moving above the 50-day line. It does look like that is the case. That is the case. So right now, the short interest is about 10% of the stock outstanding. Now, typically, when a stock gets above about 10% short interest, that is where we start to see the potential of a short squeeze. Now, I don't necessarily think that is the case with this stock. I don't think this is necessarily the case with this stock. So we have to look again at the amount of short days. Okay, 4.3 short days. So 4.3. Oops. Let me do this calculation again. I don't know if I did it right. 4.3 days times the average that we have in here. That's 11,079, 700 equals. Okay, so this is the amount of shares held short. Oh, I'm sorry. I made that calculation incorrect, because there's the total float here is 108. So almost 50%. You are absolutely right. Almost 50% of these shares are being held short. So let's divide that by 108,500,000. Right? There we go. Okay. So I apologize. I calculated incorrectly. 44% of the shares currently on Workhorse are short. So the question is from Dinesh. The question is the question is um, it actually is very, very high. We have 44% short interest on this. So this very well could have a short squeeze. It very, very well could have a short squeeze if this went up. And it does look like we have a lot of sales coming up here. So yes, 44% of the shares are short. Now, would I buy the stock? Well, yes, you probably could buy this on speculation. It looks as if this may pop. I mean, it actually may pop well above this line. It may pop as high as, basically right about here on the consolidation, which is about, let's look at the price of that. Okay, so that's about $13. So I mean, this definitely. I don't know if this will shoot up like AMC, but yes, there's a lot of short interest. 44% of the stock currently is being shorted on this. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know why, considering everything, but you're absolutely right. I don't know if I would buy this one though, but that is the short interest. You are correct. 44% of Workhorse stock is short right now. Unbelievable. Let's go to Matt. NRGU. Let's take a look at this stock, NRGU, and take a look. Oh, okay. This is a 3x ETF for oil. This is a good one, Matt. Thanks for bringing this up. This is definitely the kind of things we want to be looking at. I'm looking here at the weekly chart, but as you can see on the weekly chart, we have come right to a buy zone on a first stage cup, 182.53. 182.31 is the buy point on this one. So we are right in the buy zone right now, and I think that this is absolutely buyable. Now let's go to the daily chart to see if there's an entry point. Absolutely, boy oh boy, we are right in the sweet spot for this one, and we've had a very nice little Easter egg there. What that means on this chart is that we are seeing we are seeing abnormally high buying interest on this U.S. big oil 3x leveraged ETF because the price of oil is going up. So let's see if we can take a look and see why is this the case. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to take a look at what the oil prices are doing today, because I don't have that up right now. So I'm going to put up the oil prices. So I'm going to look at the U.S. oils. I'm look at this really quickly here to see if we can get a chart on it. Let's get some oil price chart here and see on the WTI. Look at that! Wow, no wonder that is definitely moving up. So on the WTI crude, we're up 1.42%. It's currently at 68.61. This is all due to inflation, folks. This is absolutely incredible. Up again. So basically what we're talking about here, let's look at the 1 week chart here to see if we can get, look at that. It's just straight up. So all the oils are going to be doing well, and the 2x, playing with an ETF is a great idea. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, look at that. Wow, it's just moving up. By the way, if West Texas Intermediate is above $65 a barrel, that's typically where all of the E&P companies make their money. So that is an interesting idea. NRGU, of course, is NRGU is one of the oil bulls. So there's another one I want to check out here. Let's go to the see if I can go to the screen. Let's see. I've got to get this one. So yeah, let's look at NRGU and see kind of where we're at on that. Where we're at on that. Okay, this is NRGU here, and definitely, we're definitely in the buy zone. So could we buy this one? Well, this is an ETF, so we have a little bit different criteria on this, but it's looking pretty darn good. It's looking pretty darn good on this ETF. Um, it's looking very, very good on this ETF. So yeah, I would say this is probably one that looks very good. I mean, this definitely checks all the boxes. All right, let's look at Airbnb, and then of course I've stayed in every year. I go down to Austin for the summer for the Fourth of July because I really love going down to Barton Springs, which is a big natural pool down there that you can so I usually stay in an Airbnb. I usually go down there for about a week or so, get an Airbnb and go down there and have a lot of fun, good times. Now, here's the problem currently with Airbnb. Airbnb has not made this reversal yet. I want to see Airbnb move above about 160 before I'm a buyer. It started to make a reversal, but it's definitely not there yet. There's some warning signs about, even though it's up and it's a great business, the travel leisure booking area hasn't been performing as well as we would like. Now let's kind of look at the peers of Airbnb. One of the big peers, of course, is Expedia. So I kind of want to compare Expedia with Airbnb to see kind of, which is the better of the two. And it seems as if Expedia is doing a little bit better than Airbnb, even though, Airbnb is a good, even though Airbnb is, uh, definitely the future. As you can see by its chart, it's just not the way to go. So here's my take on Airbnb. I wouldn't be a buyer of Airbnb right now just because the chart doesn't look good. You might want to consider, if you want to be in this area, Expedia has a better chart, and it might be a better option for you at the present time. Let's take a look at some of the people that are coming in on TikTok. And by the way, if you're on TikTok, you want to see all the charts. Super easy to do. Just go to my profile, click the link, and scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see the YouTube feed there. So let's take a look here at crypto coin. Which crypto coin is best for day trading? Well, okay, let's take a look. Let's do the Bitcoin special here because I am interested in how Bitcoin is trading. Let's first of all take a look at what I do is I take a look at the GBTC, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and the reason I look at this one is because this is a proxy for the overall Bitcoin and the crypto market. And that's why I always look at it to kind of get an idea of sort of at a high level how things are trading. So basically this is the GBTC. They hold about 4% of the world's Bitcoin, and currently looks like it has bounced off of the 200-day line. Now, I am not one that believes in buying on the dips, because typically sometimes what happens when you buy on the dips is you end up catching a falling knife and it goes lower. So my idea of buying stock is a little bit different than a lot of the conventional wisdom, and that is you want to buy as it's going high and going higher. You want to always buy a stock within 15% of its all-time high, because that gives you the best range. Now, of course, Bitcoin is not a stock, but I use the GBTC as a proxy for it. Currently, we're in a downward trend on. Let's look at the actual underlying itself. So I'm going to switch over here to the GBT to Bitcoin. Pulling that up right now, and there we go. Let's look at the live chart. There we go. There's the live chart for Bitcoin. And basically where we're trading right now is we're off a little bit. We're at 37, so we've recovered a little bit from yesterday. We were at 35, and it does look like we've recovered a little bit. Here's my problem right now with Bitcoin. I just think that it is overall in a overall downward trend, so I probably would not be a buyer. Now it looks like we may have seen a reversal here in the last 2 days. So let's it's right now. It's probably not a good time to go full force in. If it moves above the very key $40,000 level, then I think you could possibly get back in. But right now, it's kind of going sideways, and overall, with Bitcoin, the trend has been down. So remember, the trend is your friend, and with Bitcoin, at least for right now, that is not going the right direction. So with Bitcoin, I'd hold off on Bitcoin a little bit. You might want to consider, instead of Bitcoin, you might want to consider a gold ETF that I'm in, GLD, and this one tracks the price, the price of gold bullion, and gold bullion has been going up as of late. This is the one that I started as this crossed the 200-day line. I started acquiring more of this one. This is a kind of a slow but sure wins the race type of thing. The symbol on this one is GLD, or Gold Shares ETF, and it is doing quite well, moving up. So if you do have some profits in Bitcoin, maybe consider selling half of your Bitcoin. Take some of those profits, lock them in gold, because what's happening with Bitcoin is that many of the central banks they're trying to produce their own their own crypto. But of course, the real reason that you want crypto is you don't want to deal with those central banks. So there's a lot of fake Bitcoin out there, which is, the Chinese are trying to produce their own crypto, and Venezuela has one, and everybody has one. But I would be careful, because the central bankers are sort of ganging up against some of these crypto coins. One of the ways to lock in your profits, though, is to take it and put it into a gold ETF, which tracks the price of gold. Because you can't really control that. It's very difficult to control gold. It's very old school. I mean, it's 5,000 years. It basically has done the same thing. You're not going to make the huge increases that you're going to probably make in crypto, but you can park some of your profits there, and you don't have to go back into dollars on that one. So that can sometimes be a very, very good way to go. All right, have a question here from Drunk Squidward. This is about Occidental Petroleum, OXY, and as you know, during the last year, I tell you, oil is incredibly volatile, because last year there was a period of about 2 days, I think, where there was no more room in Cushing, Oklahoma, and actually the spot price of oil went negative. But things have changed. Boy, I tell you what a difference time makes. Occidental Petroleum has nice cup shape formation. It's coming very close to a buy point. The buy point is 32.52. And look at the oil and gas exploration and producing sector. Last year, this totally in the dumps. It was about 190 or 192. Currently, this sector of the economy is where the money is flowing, 17 out of 197. So Oxy is actually looking very, very good. You can also see some very strong buying activity as of late. Relative strength is 90. That's amazing. It's trading above the 200-day moving average, and as you can see with the relative strength line, and I want to draw this on here. Oops. Let's see if I can get that temporary pencil to work. Do you see how that relative strength line is headed up? So this potentially is a very good place to get in. Buy point on it, 32.52. So let me just kind of put that up there for everyone, so you can see it. But the buy point for Oxy is equal to 32.52. And what do I mean by that? Well, this is an area. First of all, this is an area where the market is starting to accumulate here. When it moves above this level, 32.52, that means it's a higher high on a cup base. So that pretends that it's probably going to move higher. We also have very, very high accumulation down here. This is the volume here. So we have volume going up, price going up to the going up to the buy point. So this is very good. You might, if you want to buy this early, we're definitely a place where you could buy it early. What I'm doing here is I'm drawing the reversal line, and I'm going to just put that reversal line in there. Yeah, there we go. So the fact that it's changed direction, it's moved above this reversal line, means that this is probably going to go higher. So this is an extremely good setup. You might want to put this one on your list. Oxy, OXY. Thank you so much for that. That's a really good drunk Squidward. That is a really good deal. That's a really good deal. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, Bitcoin, it absolutely might. I mean, Bitcoin. My only thing about Bitcoin, and the reason I'm hedging my bet with cash, is because I do believe that there is a lot of pressure right now being exerted from some of the central banks to push down the price of Bitcoin. So if you take your Bitcoin profits now, put them into a gold bullion kind of ETF, then you can wait until we start to see the. I don't think they're going to be able to contain Bitcoin. I think once it goes above 40,000, then it's probably going a lot higher. And I think Drunk Squidward might be right. I mean, it could be, by the end of the year, it could be over 100,000. That is absolutely the case. But right now, it's pulling back a little bit. So I want to kind of keep my powder dry, and that's the reason I was recommending that. So that's a very, very good observation on Bitcoin. All right, Palantir, what do you think of it, and where should I set my stop loss? Thanks, Harris. This is Harris, a long-time viewer. Let's look at Palantir, PLTR, and this is an interesting software play. I do have a reversal line on it. I'll show you that in just a second. There we go. I do have a reversal line on this one. It has moved above that. I'm still not convinced, but where I would set if I was in this right now, I would have my stop loss right at about 2240. So my whole so where I would set the stop loss for Palantir is about 2240. So let me make sure that is right, and I'm going to set it right at the 50-day line. So yeah, 2230. I think that's probably better. So set stop loss for PLTR at 2240. I think that's going to give you a good good stop loss. A good stop. That stop loss is going to be right about. Let me just put this in here. It's going to be right about here. Right about here. That's where that's where we want to do it, because we want to do it right at the 50-day moving average. But it's looking like it's good. It's pulled up above that. It's down a little bit today after hours, and hopefully we may be starting to see a reversal. This black line here is a reversal line. We did have a reversal on it. I just want to make sure it confirms above that 40-day line, but we may be seeing it come back. Now, there are some concerns with Palantir right now. Currently, the group is not doing that well. It's 167 out of 197, so it's not where we obviously typically like to be, but there are several good signs, and that is, at least since at least we have made a reversal. As you can see, what I'm doing here is this blue line here is the relative strength line, and we right before, when it crossed the when it first crossed the reversal line, it was at its highest relative strength to the rest. It has since recovered. So the relative strength here is improving. 86 is not bad. So that's where I would set it. 2240 is where I would set the stop loss on Palantir, and I think it might be coming back. So hopefully that will work for you. But 2240 probably would be a great place to put it in there. All right, this is an interesting stock too, Harris. I haven't looked at this one in a while. This is I think a German company that does business in Africa and the Middle East, JMIA, and I believe, yeah, Jama Technology, German-based company that provides e-commerce services to Africa. So very very interesting area to be in. It does also seem. Let's go to the weekly chart. I just want to see if it's made a reversal. No, I just can't really. I still think this is too early to buy this. I'm going to draw this reversal line. Yeah, this just doesn't. I mean, if you got very very aggressive, you could draw this reversal line here. This is a pretty aggressive reversal line. It's above the 200-day, and it does have relative strength of 97. But you know what? I really want to see this. I'm just very skeptical right now in this market. I want to see it move higher. We still are. The retail internet space is a good one, but it's still not in the top of the rankings. 127 out of 197. By the way, let me kind of show you where I'm looking to put money right now, and this is based on what sectors are doing the best. Right now, of course, the number one sector is actually retail consumer electronics, if you can believe that, and that's mainly because of Best Buy, I think, in there. Also, oil and gas royalty trust. Now, here's an area that I've been really looking hard at, and this is the oil and gas U.S. exploration, and this has done very, very well. It's got 60 stocks in it, so it's a lot of stuff in here. Also, the retail leisure products are very good as well. So I'm going to click over today to the retail leisure products to see if there's anything that we can find in this. As you can see, this is a very nice chart. Now, this is the entire sector, but it's trading very well. One of the best stocks in this is Academy Sports. And right now, it's going to be. It's probably not a good day to buy it because it's only 6 days in front of earnings. But this has been producing some very nice results. It's called Academy Sports and Outdoors, and you can see this line is just almost directly up. Now they're going to have earnings in about 5 days, but it looks pretty good. Now I wouldn't buy this one into the earnings. I would wait until we have earnings on this. Earnings for Academy Sports and Outdoors is going to be on November. Well, I guess it already has gone through. Excuse me. I was saying earnings due in 5 days, but it says that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the IPO date. Excuse me. It's on June 8th is when they're going to report. Last time was excellent. Their profits were up 335%, and their sales were up 17%, but their profits were just out of sight. So this is an area you might want to look for. Instead of doing the retail internet, you might want to do the retail, the regular retail, which right now is experiencing sort of a renaissance. As you can see, it's number 4 out of 197 in terms of the sectors. So this is an area to go bargain hunting in, and the area that I'm going to be putting more emphasis on, as this is sort of where the market is going. Also, another area is, if we have a pickup, is consumer finance companies. I'm not particularly a fan of this area, but it is doing very, very well in terms of the other sectors of the economy. So definitely something to look at there. Let's take another gander at which crypto coin. Okay, this is crypto. Ethereum. All right. Why isn't Tesla going up? Good question. It's because of what they call overhead supply. And I've talked of this several times, but let's look at Tesla. Things, dogs have their day in the stock market. I bought years ago. I owned Microsoft. This is in 1999. When the crash happened, I sold my Microsoft, and it was 18 years before I bought it back, because it took that long to get back to the situation where it was before. If you're looking at Tesla, unfortunately, we had an attempt. It moved up to the 21-day line. It failed, and it's pulled back again today to 604 after hours. So Tesla is trending lower. I did have a bear position on Tesla that I closed. Again, I'm not waiting long enough, because this is definitely still the overall trend of Tesla is downward. Now, last year, this was my best stock by a country mile. but as you can see, it's just having a lot of trouble. It's still in a downward trend. So here's the thing. If we look at the relative strength line here, you can see we have a downward trend on our relative strength against the rest of the market. So back here in April, the relative strength was much better. It came down, it rallied a little bit, but it's down again. So we have a situation. Tesla, unfortunately, is lagging the market right now. So we don't really want to be in a stock that lags the market. And that's tough because, I mean, it was such a good performer last year. And this year, not so much, unfortunately. That's how it goes sometimes. Let's look at NEO, Harris. Now, NEO probably is faring a little better than Tesla, but it's still, this group really is dependent on Tesla. It has reversed, and it did reverse, and it's moving above that 200-day line. But today it got rejected sort of at the hoop. So right now, I think you got to be careful. It looks as if the relative strength, it looks like this is the highest relative strength that it's had since April, which is good. But unfortunately, as you can see with that little tick, it's moving down once again. So we have relative strength that was declining. It was moving up, but is now reversed. So would I buy this at this juncture? No, I would not buy it. So it is weakening relative strength right now. So really the thing right now is watch this. NEO is weakening relative strength relative to the S&P 500. So you probably don't want to be in it when that's happening. So right now, NEO is weakening against the S&P 500 based on this relative strength line. The relative strength is still very high. It still has a rating of 98, but remember, this rating is based on 1 year. So basically, this is NEO currently is moving lower relative to the S&P 500. So I would not be in NEO either right now. All the automobile stocks are going to struggle against that because Tesla is off. So that's really the key. So you got to be a little bit careful there. Thoughts on AR? Artera Resources in at 9.6. Thank you, Dinesh. ART. Well, you're definitely looking in the right place because this is the kind of thing you want to be looking at. You want to be looking at the oils right now, and this is definitely that. AR. So let's pull up the chart for AR, and let's look. And you're in at 9.6, so that's pretty darn good. Let's bring up that chart. There we go. All right, it did pull back a little bit, but I still like this chart a lot. I like this chart a lot. It's at you're in at, what did you say? What was the thing at? You're in at 9.6. Nice. Oh, nice. So you this is great. So you definitely came in right at the reversal. By the way, everybody out there, this is a great way to buy a stock. This is a great way to buy a stock. You see this? You see the reversal line. I'm going to draw the reversal line. This is the reversal line, okay? Why? Because it goes from the highest high that was before. You move it down through where that equals that angle, and that shows you the reversal line. You bought right at the reversal line. So Dinesh, you should congratulate yourself. That's an excellent buy. And I wouldn't sell that one, but I would move my stop loss up to the 10-day line. That's where I would set my stop loss. Just keep it running. You're doing great. Look at that. Okay, wow. 1261. So I would set the stop loss at basically 1261. So let me put that up here because that's great. Set stop loss at 1261. And that is just terrific. Of course, that's what I would do. I mean, it may not exactly be your cup of tea because you may want to be you may want to be a little bit more loose on this one, but I think that if you set your stop loss at 1261, that's right at the 10-day line. Right now, this is trading beautifully above the 10-day line. It looks like it's gotten support there. It's probably going to move up tomorrow, based on what I'm seeing. Based on what I'm seeing here, that's what it's looking like. So very, very good buy there, Dinesh. That is a great deal. That's a very good. That's a very good buy. A very good buy. I just have to say. By the way, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that Dinesh has done, everybody, that I think is really great. He's fishing in the right pond right now. The oil and gas area of the market is good. So anytime you see resources after it, like California Resources or this or that resources, typically that's going to be an oil and gas company. And that's where you want to look for your bargains right now, because that's sort of where the market's moving, at least for right now, because it changes all the time. But right now it's moving in there. So congrats. Rio Madrid, welcome, Maria. Thanks for watching from Hamburg, Germany. SSYS, strong in the past 2 weeks. So let's look at SSYS to look at the chart and see where we are. Stratus manufactures desktop printers. Interesting. Okay, I don't know this. Okay, so this is a 3D printing area. Now, by the way, this is a very tough area to make money in. This is an area that HP thought they were going to make a ton of money in. They never did that well. Let's go to the weekly chart kind of to take a look at that. You see, I still don't like this. I still don't think it's made a reversal. There was a buy point back here in a cut base at 2083. It's currently at 24, so it's above that. But I still think that this is not really reversed. So I would watch this one for right now. I just probably would not be. I probably would not be in this one. So I would watch this one for now. That's kind of where I would be looking to be with this one. I'd watch this stock for now. So interesting stock. Let's take a look at. Oh, hi Jim. What do you think about pets? I wonder about, is this pets.com? I wonder, because I remember I was in Silicon Valley in the early aughts, and there was a thing called pets.com, and I had some friends that worked over there, and they were spectacular in the fact that they went through millions of dollars of stuff very quickly. Well, of course, this isn't pets.com. This is Petman Express, so this is probably a better area than pets.com. It looks like something has happened. It went through earnings today, and the sales were down 4%, the profits were down 4%, but it went right up to the stage one pivot, which is at 42.68, currently at 46.74 after hours. I wonder why that did that, but somebody's buying. The question is, what can you do there? Is that really a reversal? Let's go to the daily chart to kind of see what's happening. Look at that volume spike. So let's see if there's a let's see if, yeah, 12 days. Okay, so let's kind of take a look and see. Let's analyze the amount of short interest on this one. Okay, so it's 12.5 days of short interest. The average daily volume on this is 466,000. This is the number of shares. There we go. So that gives us, this is the amount short. The float. So we're going to divide that by the float, which is 19. That's 19,500,000. Because this is 19 million. There we go. So that gives us about a 30% short interest in this. So 30% of these shares are short. Interesting. Okay, so this is a short squeeze. This is a short squeeze. Interesting. So we just saw a little bit of short squeeze. Interesting. Wow, that is interesting. So this is a short squeeze. Definitely. Wow. Thank you for bringing that to my attention on Petman Express. It looks as if we have a short squeeze. So do you want to buy in after the short squeeze? Well, it could be highly dangerous, but sometimes these can spike higher. So this one could go a lot higher, basically as people cover their shorts. I can't advise on this one, but you might want, if you enter this one, be very careful and move your stop loss up very quickly, because that could be an issue. But that's a very interesting, uh, very interesting on PetMed Express. So let's take the next question here. Thank you very much. Oh, and Fastly. Let's look at on Rio. Let's look at Fastly as well. F FSLY. And this one I was in. This is an IPO. I was in this one before, and I haven't really done anything with it. Let's check. Okay, this has got a relative strength of 3. So this is really kind of fallen off the radar. It looks as if this one might. I can see why this. I can see why people might be shorting this one, because this has a classic head and shoulders pattern. Let's take a look at it. You see, this is the left shoulder here. Yeah, this is the head. The head should be higher, and this is sort of, not really, a right shoulder, and then it comes and then just falls off the face of the earth, and it looks like it's coming back. So if it pulls up to this line, then it probably is a short. So let's look to see if the professionals are in there trying to short stuff. So let's go back here, and we see, okay, so there's 4.9 days of short interest. Multiply that times the amount of average daily volume, and that's 45134000. Okay, is that right? No, that's not right. 45134000. There we go. So that is going to give us, these are the amount of stocks approximately that are short, 22,115,660. So let's divide that by the total amount of shares that are in the float, which is 104,700,000. Okay, so that's 104,700,000. Okay, so let's get an idea of what that short interest is. So it's about a 21% short interest. So 21% of Fastly is short. So the question is that enough for a short squeeze? Well, when it gets beyond about 21%, it's getting in that area, but it's not quite there yet. A lot of this is short, so a lot of people are shorting. I wonder where they're shorting it at, but we definitely had some good sales. So this also could spike up as well. So, but I wouldn't buy this one yet. But this does have a lot of short interest. Anytime you get above about 10% of the total shares outstanding sold short, that's a lot of short interest. So this definitely has that going on for it. That amount of short interest. Very interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at, so that could be a potential. Oh, this is the one I think that we really want to look at for short interest. And of course, this is Blackberry BB, and of course, this was a big stock. I remember, boy, when I was in corporate world, all the managers had their Blackberries, and they're very important people. I wasn't in that group, but it was it was interesting. So let's take a look to see kind of what's happening with the short interest on Blackberry. Okay, so we've got 3.5 days times the average daily volume of 14,503,500. Okay, so that gives us about 50 million shares are short currently. Now we have, boy, this isn't as much. 559900000. Okay, so only about 9% of these shares are currently short. So this isn't as it is short. So 9% currently. So if looking at these two, I think you're better off with Fastly as a short squeeze, or I think or Workhorse. I think Workhorse really is definitely being shorted as well as fastly. I think BB might be going that direction, but it's not there yet. So it's not there yet. Let's look at the famous, and this is AMC. So interesting how AMC has come up on the radar screen. So let's go over here to AMC. And this is the one where, I guess if you're a shareholder, you get free popcorn. That's what I heard anyways. I don't know if it's true, but it seems to be the way. Seems to be what's happening with AMC. So here is the weekly chart. We have, it's 69. This is just going to the moon. Now, just for fun, I wish I was in this one, Chandler. I wish I was in this one. I was not. I was looking at this today, and I was going, should I or shouldn't I? And of course, my little, how you have you have the devil on one shoulder and you have the angel on the other shoulder. The angel won out on this one, and I didn't do it. So I didn't pull the trigger on this. I was looking to do this one, but let's look at the short interest. I'm very interested to see kind of where the short interest is going on this. So let's see if we can. There we go. So it's easier to see it this way. So I'm going to clear that out, and it only has 0.9 days short interest, and the amount of volume on that daily volume, it's 108. Oops, 108, 579, 800. Wow, that's a lot of shares. So basically 97 million shares approximately every day are short. Now, what do we have in the float? Well, we have 441 300 000. We have 441,300,000. So that gives us about a 22% short. Okay, so this is very interesting because, as you can see, when a stock moves above about 20% short interest, that's really where it becomes interesting to a lot of those professional shorters. But again, this is one of those Reddit stocks, this meme stocks, where they are basically going in, instead of letting it fall, they're coming in and they're buying the stock and pushing it up. So it's very interesting what's going on. But there's definitely a short squeeze going on, and it looks like it's going much higher. Would I be buying this one now? Well, I wish I did buy this one earlier, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm going to wait for tomorrow on this one to see how it trades. All right. We cannot see the chart. Okay, Gator fan. Okay. Yeah, you should be able to see the chart if you're looking. You should be able to see the chart on that one. Let me pull that up. I think there you go. There we go. This is the chart for AMC. As you can see, it just went crazy. Look at that. It's after hours. It's just going up. It's up to 1,000%. Wow, this is this is going to come crashing down to earth eventually. But right now, wow, this is fascinating. AMC is just going crazy. All right, excited about NVIDIA? Absolutely, I am, Kate, and that's one of the reasons why I put together this. And I'm going to show this for the second time. I guess we're almost out of time. We're almost about 2 minutes, but I will show you how I'm trading this one with a bull put spread. So let me pull that up here. See if I can get the bull put spread up. Let's see if I have that. Yeah, okay. I think there it is. So here's the bull put spread that trading on NVIDIA. And by the way, if you're interested in this, all you need to do is get onto the action trade alerts, and we're probably going to be sending something like this out tonight. But this is free, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing this trade on NVIDIA. This is a bull put spread. It's a relatively easy trade to make. I did it here for 6 contracts, but you can do it for less as well. Basically, the way this works is you're buying the lower puts, the 635 puts, and you're selling the upper puts, the 640 puts, basically at the same expiration date. And I picked 16th of July. So total out of your pocket, this will put right into your pocket immediately, $870. I did this one this morning, so it may have changed a little bit. So you get a net credit on this one. basically the entry cost is 870, and there is a fairly there is some risk if it does go down, but this has basically a 67% chance of success, and this kind of gives you the payout chart. We're currently right at about for NVIDIA, we're currently right at about, I think it's a 640 level. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVDA, of course, is the symbol, and let me jump back to that one. Okay. There we go. Oh, all right. So I guess I didn't get it. But anyways, this is the chart. NVIDIA is currently trading at about 670. So if you look at this chart here, you can see at about 670, we're just a little bit in the black, but if it goes forward, it stays at this level or goes higher, we'll be in the green very shortly. So that's a kind of an interesting trade on NVIDIA. All right. Well, I think we have time for like one more question. So let's look at GameStop. Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's look at GME. And that's what we'll do for GameStop. GME. And let's look at it, GameStop. And it looks like it is up too. Wow-lee, after hours. Incredible. I'm going to pull the chart up there as well. Should be able to. And that is very interesting. Look at that. It's just continued to rocket up. It's up 2%, $2.72 since it closed. And it was up 27% today. Just incredible. And wow, and the cash flow is negative. Go figure. But GameStop, $284 stock. So this is kind of, these short squeezes seem to be the way to go. So very, very interesting. Very, very interesting as well. All right. And one last question. I have 700 of AVIR at 1965. Should I hold it or sell it? Let's take a look and see what we can find. And that is AVIR. There we go. That's pharmaceuticals. Okay, so this is essentially a penny stock. It's got a relative strength of 1, not where I'd want to be. They did have some incredible profits though this last quarter, up 780%. Wow. Let's look at the daily chart to see if there's anywhere we can get any handle on this. Goodness gracious. And you have 700 shares at 19. I think here's the thing. I think you might want to cut your losses. Well, no. I'm sorry, after hours, here's what I would do. Okay, here's what I would do on this one. I think what you need to do is set the stop loss. Set your stop loss at $20 and 10 cents. Set it at 2010, and that way. In that way, I think you're going to preserve some of your gains. That way, you'll get at least at 50 cents. Now, if it does move up tomorrow, because it looks like it might, then you want to start moving your stop loss up. But set your stop loss at 2010. And remember, the best thing to do on this is to set a market stop loss and not, set a market stop loss, not trailing. Okay, so that's how I would handle that. I don't think you want to sell it because you want to squeeze the profit if you can, but set that stop loss at 2010, move it up. Just don't set that trailing stop loss. Set a market stop loss, and I think you'll be very happy. Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming by and taking a look today. Of course, it's super easy to get onto the action trade alerts. Just go to www.sinfox.com/Dallas Trading Floor. And if you're looking on YouTube, on TikTok, super easy to get on the action trade alerts. Just go to my profile, hit the link, first and last name and email address, and you'll be right on the list. We're going to probably send out a recap later on tonight. It probably won't be, and you probably won't be in your inbox until tomorrow morning. or maybe tonight, and that will be on the NVIDIA bull put spread trade that we have. It's a slide deck, and you might be very interested in that. But that's for everybody that's on the Action Trade Alerts. So until tomorrow at 2:30, everybody, happy trading and stay, um, set those stop losses up. But I think we may be seeing a little bit of a rally in the market once again. I'm hoping so. But keep those stop losses tight. And I'll be back tomorrow at 2:30. Happy trading.